we go, folks. We are back in Oxygen Not Included, their newest DLC, the Prehistoric Planet Pack. So we've got, last episode, we got about 30 cycles in. We started establishing some of our early ground frameworks, figuring some stuff out, getting up our food supply just a little bit, and we're gonna continue on here and see how we continue doing. This could be a success, it could be a fail. We're gonna see yet. So let's continue digging in. Now, one of the things that we definitely need to address in terms of where we are at is we're probably getting on the verge of needing some power. So I don't think we have anything researching just yet in terms of power. Do we have any research currently happening? Nope. So we're gonna make a beeline here for the peat burner. That is the focus of this DLC, is being able to there's some peat in between all this new shale and nickel ore and everything else. So we'll see if we can get there. All right. We got the smoker up and running. Now I think... All right, we do have shale that we are using for some of that construction there. We're getting dangerously low on oxygen. Our pressure is below, it's sitting right at kind of 400 grams per tile, so we definitely want to work on that a little bit and get that pressure up. Now, some of that is because we've started to expand and get ready to build out some more infrastructure. So by doing that, we are going to basically increase the amount of tiles with the same amount of oxygen. That's going to cause a reduction there. Now we've got our boy here running away. It just might not be enough to keep them going. Not quite yet. All right, here we go. We can now get this peat burner going. It's also going to produce polluted water. That's all right. We're gonna... Do we have to put water into it? No. Does it have the gas output? I'm not 100% sure what it's going to do there just yet. Let's wait and see what it looks like. And what do we have over here? We have a cool slush geyser that will produce polluted water. Okay. Oh, we're starting to pee ourselves. That's not good. We're gonna end up polluting our water source here. Oh God, they're peeing everywhere. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves some outhouses here set up. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 6 duplicants. Oh God, this has become a mess. Stop paying attention for 1 second, and this is what happens. Alright, so we can't pipe the water out. We also can't pipe the gas out. So this is basically going to be your coal replacement. Oh, what a mess. That's all right. We can deal with it. We have dealt with far worse. We'll figure it out. We'll 100% figure it out. Let's keep the research going, though. Our next critical. Probably going to be the water sieve, just with all of this polluted water we're picking up. And we'll want to throw a tile here to direct the polluted oxygen that way. Same thing. We're going to probably want one of those there. We'll get it wired up. Because we'll at least then have a source of oxygen, right? There is a plus side there. So we'll get some of this mopped up. We'll let the polluted oxygen and the polluted water all flow over here. Get it mopped up. It'll be okay. We'll turn that into an opportunity. Let's just put that on a slightly higher priority. Same with this. And since we're now using peat, we're going to have to start tracking it. Okay, liquid, polluted water. Yeah, we'll enable auto bottle there, and we'll also throw the salt water over there because we got a lot of that stuff to get rid of. Where did all that? Oh, so I originally was hoping to build out a wall there where all of that polluted water is. But I think the sand fell through. We'll also get that going. Okay. I don't know that I like the carbon skimmer right there. There is. I feel like we're leaking oxygen somewhere. Might as well cancel that. This is totally workable. We can deal with it. We can, I think we can rehab this. It's not too bad. Even though it's pretty early on, it's going to get overwhelming. You know, our food sourcing is looking pretty good, so I'm wondering if we should bring someone else in. For right now, I'm just gonna take the peat. I'm gonna take the peat. Now, we've got algae. Let's go ahead and ramp those up, keep them stocked. And just to keep the oxygen pressure nice and high, we'll put one here as well. There's no byproducts. We're going to burn through algae pretty quick, but I think we're going to be able to get a spam up relatively soon, probably in the next 60 to 90 cycles or so, and be able to get some of that consistent oxygen flowing out into the environment there. You know what? Let's focus on this, guys. No skills to hand out just yet. They're chilly. I don't know why they're chilly. Oh, cold bedroom, chilly surroundings. It's not even that cold. It's 30°C. I would think that that's actually quite warm. Let some of these guys catch up a little bit. We do need a supplier. I think we could take a supplier if we get a decent one next time we get a chance to print. Okay, starting to get into more of the basics here. I don't care too much for the oxygen mask right now or the automation stuff. I don't think we need the ventilation either. Let's just focus on some more of our core research, just in case it becomes necessary. Mm-hmm. Starving. You just need to make your way up to the food there, bud. Keep knocking out our blues. Um, hmm. Not sure what my best course of action is here. I am going to take off the mush bars. I think we're done with that. Just go ahead and disable it. Using that either. I think we're going to be able to just smoke a decent amount of food for the time being. Release some polluted water. Give our guys some ladders here to be able to finish up some of those ceilings, and we're gonna start building out some bedrooms over here, I believe. Oxygen level is starting to go up a bit. We're at 39%. Most of our food down here is the stuff that's getting pollinated. We're definitely going to have an issue with some polluted oxygen in the air for a bit. Rock crusher and kiln. Oxygen pressure looks much more favorable. It's going to force some of that stuff down. We're going to be all right there. I think we've got... Oh, yeah. We've got plenty of stuff to cook. Let's double check our priorities on folks here. I don't need him on operating anymore because we got rid of the wheel. So we'll let him just focus on the cooking. And not get too crazy. think what we're gonna start carving out the framework of next is actually a water reservoir. And this will be where we keep all of our fresh water going forward. See if we can get a supplier. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll help with some of the upkeep. A little bit of pressure damage. I'm guessing that's because we forced the water weights over. That can happen. Now, that polluted water does not have any germs in it. So I think that the polluted water that starts on the map doesn't have any germs. It's only wastewater that's going to create those germs. So we may be able to either mop up the stuff that's in there, or just pump it all out. When we go to get ready to start pumping water places. Now, I am going to clean up, have them mop up this water. It'll help with the people getting grumpy for having soggy feet. And I'm thinking over here, we're going to end up having like an infinite gas scenario, which is going to keep that carbon dioxide at bay. Just with how the layering is. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if a lot of it's spilling over later. Just going to take it one at a time so that they build that kind of floor over the diagonal there without letting any liquid out. And we got some brine in here as well. And all that could be cleaned up. Got some skill points available. Farmer Gossman. We got some more farming skill for you. Now, we do have this space opened up to start making some bedrooms. So about there where that first green is. It'll be 5 apart. And this will give us. This will have us ready to have luxury barracks there at some point. Keep these guys happy. Is that neutronium? Ooh, I wonder what's there. I'll have to figure that out. Now we can take these ladders out. Doors in place. Just give each of these guys their own little bedroom right now. And we can kind of get rid of those cots once they're all built. We can start doing that now. We'll figure it out sooner or later. Your bed has been moved. That gas does look like it's getting forced over. We got a nice clean layer of oxygen there, of oxygen flowing out. So that's going to give us the ability to create some oxygen, at least for the short term here. I'm betting if we got this carbon dioxide to glide off the top there, we'd be in a little bit better position to have some kind of natural, semi-natural oxygen production. And food's also looking pretty darn good right now. Now, what are these guys? Dartles. Alright, so they eat dew drips off a dew dripper. They basically shit bleach. And they like it cold. Okay. What about the dew dripper? Needs to be fertilized with brine ice? Which is a fair amount of over here. I don't know. See, it's kind of hot over there. I'm not seeing... I mean, this doesn't seem like a sustainable amount of brine ice, but we could make it if need be. Start dumping skill points into supplying there. Now, yeah, this is what I was worried about. put that filter through just to help this airflow balance a bit. And to clean out some of the liquid here. We got polluted oxygen everywhere. Just not ideal. We can have that fixed eventually. Step one is probably going to be mopping up any that is up here. How much is here? Oh, that's quite a bit. Might as well. Might as well just let it fall over into there, and then we can deal with it. I'll take the coal. It might be helpful a little bit. We got plenty of peat though in the meantime. And I'm gonna start building out my water storage over here. People are gonna say you can fit much in there. It'll make sense once I have it done. Essentially, come up with a system to go in these reservoirs where basically we have tons queued up at any given time that's already pumped. Rely off the pressure off the tanks, and anything extra goes into the whole reservoir after that. I found it to be a pretty reliable system for me, with very few issues. Essentially, you know, you use a system of bridges here that first forces the water in, otherwise it overflows out a liquid vent, and then there's a pump in here that will pump the difference if for some reason it has to draw from the actual reservoir around it and not out of the pumps. At which point that's usually like an indicator of a water shortage. Go ahead and mop all that up, and we should be able to mop up here now. Ourselves a liquid filter, and then we're gonna have two overflow reservoirs for everything else. I know these are backwards. It's probably driving some of y'all a little bit nuts. It's okay. It will be okay. And all of this power and everything else will get cleaned up in time. So I'm generally a fan of the pump once philosophy. And then I suppose we might as well take all of that out and just start. We're going to use our insulated tiles and start making it nice. I don't think we're going to use the insulated tiles. I think what we'll actually use is airflow tiles. They're not subjected to water pressure concerns. And that way all the air and stuff can flow out of here. Maybe later on we'll seal it up, and I like to fill it with oxygen or CO2, something that'll promote not CO2 but chlorine gas, something that'll promote some better sanitary conditions, more or less. And then we're gonna have these guys. We'll let them build out some nice, cute little bedrooms. I guess they could each have their own little themed room, I suppose. That is granite, right? Yep. So you get to be Jawbo. You can be Dartle. This is cute. I like it. That's Jawbo. This can be Rex. This can be Lum. We'll just kind of alternate this, I guess, across. Wait, they're available in color. Well, I'll be darned. Look at them. I set these as priority 4. I don't necessarily care when they get done, as long as it gets done eventually. Is that the brine ice melting over here? Yeah. Okay. We got more skill points. I don't need hazmat digging anytime soon, so I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna keep plugging away at morale. That's a pretty good key to success there. Now, I don't know, what does this produce? 480 watts. We can disable that. Because I think we're gonna need the power. There's no research being worked on. We're gonna make our way towards smart power. Now we can add in the automation and put some of these burners on a larger smart battery. These use 120, right? I don't need any of these guys, so I'll just take the plant seeds. And I forgot to leave that deconstructed so that all of this flows out, because what we'll end up doing is we'll dig through here so that the air can circulate just that little bit better. I think I'm just going to, I don't know yet. I think once we dig through here, I'm going to start building out my storage area. That way we can start to organize all and clean up a little bit all the stuff kind of all over the place here. Yeah, there we go. Now we got, we have a little backup for a minute or two there. See what kind of happens. We still have yet to get all the way up here. All that's our smart battery. We'll take the automation first. Might as well just get both of those. And then we can put these peat burners on to that. Now, do any of these okay, these guys crap peat. Rexes eat these, and they produce brine ice. Okay. So our circle of life here seems to be to use the chlorine to feed the is it not the dartles, is it? The chlorine feeds the fronds, although the fronds do consume the chlorine gas. And then the fronds would feed the rexes. Okay. The rexes then crap out the brine ice. The brine ice is used to fertilize the dew drippers, and the dew drippers feed the dartles. And then the dartles would give me more chlorine gas that feeds back into it. So I'm going to have to work out the ratios. I'll work out those ratios off screen, and we'll kind of dig into that probably going into next episode once I have all that math figured out. We don't have wood yet. We just got the peat. I really got to think about what our next kind. Peat is definitely a straight up replacement for coal. So what you're going to end up having to do is probably use these lums, like a ranch farm, to produce the peat. 16 cells per 16 per lum. I want to say hatches are 12. Watch it also be 16. It's been a minute. It is 12. Okay. And then we've got the poke shells up here. We're going to let them do their thing. As long as they are self-breeding and reproducing, they're gonna be a good source of lime later for once we start to get into steel and stuff like that. Might as well just take that one out too. Oh, that wire got put on priority 4. I need to make sure that my building priority is back up to 5. Those are both 5 at least, so that's good. Because the polluted water is going to need to go into those. And then we can start pumping out clean water. We don't have germs over here, right? Because all of that polluted water coming from the natural area, it's not going to have germs. This does have germs, but I imagine once we clear out some of that salt water, it won't be a problem anymore. I think I'm going to put this wire on just 7 to get it done. Same thing with these two. Just get these done and out of the way. Now we'll work our way to the improved ventilation. That'll be handy in time. I'm not worried about ranching too. We're gonna continue to focus on carrying for these guys, so that stuff can get moved around a lot easier. Now we're filtering. We're starting to pump out. Yeah. Good. So I think that's our stopping point for right now. We're at cycle 45. We've got, you know, a good 150 cycles to go to get our way up here. We've still got some infrastructure to put into place, get ourselves into some relatively sustainable power. We're going to get our water system up and going. We'll get a water filtration system going. When we pick back up next time, we'll pick up whatever we got sitting here in the printing pod. So thanks for joining. If you like what you see, or you got questions, or you want stuff